is a yoga mat review video based solely on my own opinion of any mats that I've owned throughout my time of practicing yoga. This is my lovely range here, so if you want to find out more about them, stay tuned and I'll talk you through them. Okay, so let's start off with the very first mat I ever owned since I started practicing yoga. So the first one I owned was this one, the Calmia rubber mat. I can't find much information on it, I'll be honest. I bought it back in 2014, so I can't find anything online, but I'll try and post something similar. So this is your standard type rubbery material mat. It's got a nice pattern on it, it's pink flowers and it's nice blue background. It's a bit dirty now, this mat. I've had it so long and I started using it as a fitness mat at one point, so it's got some feet stains on it from trainers. But do you know what, considering I've had it so long, it's still in a pretty good shape. There's not much depositing from it, it's still quite good. The grip's okay, it's not amazing, but it's not horrendous either. I think I bought this for about €25. I bought it out in Germany, something around that price. It wasn't overly expensive, it was quite a good price. And yeah, I purchased this one after going to yoga classes in Germany and I absolutely loved it, and I was like, yeah, let's get my own mat. So yeah, this is the Calmia rubber mat. It's roughly £25. It's about 4mm in thickness. I'd say it weighs about half a kilogram. It's really light, you can throw it around, and yeah, it's not too much of a problem. Width is about 61 centimetres and length is about 173 centimetres. So this is the Calmia mat. Grip wise, it's not too bad. It's got a little bit of stick, especially the more sweaty you are, the more you're going to stick to it, and the less warm you are, then the less you're going to stick to it basically. So yeah, for a starting mat, I never had any issues with this. I never even thought about getting a different one because at the beginning I didn't practice all that much. I just practiced whenever I went to that class really, so I wasn't doing yoga constantly. So mat wise it didn't really matter for me as long as I could carry it around. So this is a fabulous type of mat for a beginner, I would say. If you don't want to spend lots of money, you're just getting into it, maybe you're doing other types of fitness and you need something just to yeah, not slide around on. This one isn't too bad. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this for a starting mat. That's the Calmia rubber mat from TK Maxx. Next, a few years later, I got the same type of mat. I don't think I was actually looking for one, I might have just been in TK Maxx and then liked it, so I bought this one. So this is a similar type of mat, same kind of material, that rubbery kind of bobbly type, well not bobbly, sorry, bubbly type of material. Same kind of thickness, about 4mm. This is the Gaiam one, another rubber mat. This was again, I bought this for about £25. I got this in the UK I think. It's about 4mm thick, same as the Calmia one. It weighs just about half a kilogram and it's about the same measurements, 61 width and 173 length. So yeah, not bad mat. Again, for thickness wise it's not too bad. The sweatier you are the better, and it's got nice patterns on it. So yeah, you can just either have this at home or you can take it to the studio, take it on the beach. It's quite easy to wipe clean just with dish soap and a cloth basically. Just dilute the dish soap in a spray bottle with water and wipe it down with a cloth, let it dry. That's what I tend to do with them. And the only thing I would say about this, if you're having it to practice at home, maybe you do YouTube videos or you do online classes, I would just be aware that if you live in a carpeted house like me, this is probably not the best one. It will move around. You'll find yourself on one side of the room and by the end of your class you'll be on the other side of the room because the carpet just helps it move around, it doesn't keep it stuck. So, but if you've got laminate flooring or more smooth flooring, then yeah, I think it'd be okay. It's just if you've got carpets, just bear that in mind. So yes, that is the Gaiam, I don't actually know how you say it. I'm sure you correct me if I'm wrong, but I call it Gaiam. That's that mat. So another one I would recommend if you are a beginner and you don't do an awful lot of yoga and you don't mind the moving around a little bit if you're on a carpet or whatever, then yes, I'd get that one. So after the two rubber type material mats that I've owned, the next one I think I got after that was this one. So this is the Myga Yoga extra large Lotus alignment mat. That's a bit of a mouthful. So I got this one when I was in Birmingham. I bought it back in 2022, might have only been last year actually, last March I think I bought it. So this mat is the thickest mat that I own. It's very thick. I'm not sure if you can see, it's about 6mm thick. It's very, very thick. And it's the smooth type of material, a bit like the Liforme. So if you compare that material to the Gaiam one, you can see there's a big difference in the texture of the mats and how they're designed. So this Myga Yoga one is really good for carpets because it's so thick and heavy. It doesn't move around as much. It still slides a little bit, but nothing like what the thinner mats do. So it is really good to have at home. I wouldn't recommend travelling with this mat, surely, because it is so heavy. Well, yeah, it's an extra workout just lugging it around. So I would definitely recommend this one if you're going to stay at home, you're practicing regularly, maybe you've got a bit of space in your bedroom or you've got a spare room in the house and you can create a little yoga space. I've also done a video on that before, so have a look if you're interested. So yes, this is a really good mat for practicing at home. One thing I will say is the grip it's mediocre. I've only had it a year and sometimes I do find I'm sliding a little bit, which is a shame. But it's not all the time. I just have to be wary, and again, the more sweaty you are, the more you're going to stick. I find with mats, they grip better when there's more moisture than when there's not. So yeah, this is the Myga Yoga Mat. This one is about £49.99 at the moment from looking online today. It's 6mm thick, it weighs about 4.1 kilograms, so it's heavy. The width is 70 centimetres and the length is 205 centimetres, so it's a bit wider and it's a little bit longer. So it is really a lot bigger than your standard mat, and it is good. You just have to bear in mind that the stick over time might not be the best. So yes, that is the Myga Yoga Mat. Next up I've got the Liforme mat. So this Liforme one is quite a popular brand. I think I'd heard about Liforme from other yoga teachers or people in the studio had them. And then I got this travel mat, one in pink, and I absolutely love the colour. It's beautiful. Such a bright, happy coloured pink, it's so nice. So the weight of this one is 1.6 kilos. It's about 2mm thick. The price of this one, I think the full price is £90. I think at the minute they're doing a sale, which is £72, but it's still quite a lot of money for a mat. But Liforme is quite an expensive brand, but it is very well known. The width of this one is 66 centimetres and the length is 180 centimetres. So it's good, this one, if you are maybe travelling around. It's still a little bit heavy, but it's not horrendous. Like, you could put that on your back. It comes with a bag as well. So the nice little travel bag, you can pop it in there, pop it over your shoulder, and then just carry on, go to the studio, maybe take it to the beach. You can do it on the grass. I remember I was doing outdoor yoga at one point and I was using this one. So it's the same type of material as the Myga Yoga. It's that kind of smooth rubber. The only thing I will say about the rubber material is be aware if you're practicing in the sun, because it can start to, I don't know if it's melt the material, but it affects it anyway, and it can affect the layering, so then it can make it more, the stick go in it. So yeah, just be aware of that with this type of rubber material. But travel mat wise, I do love this Liforme one. It is really good and it's easy to clean as well, and just pop in a bag and take away. You can't really put it in a suitcase though because it is quite big. You can't roll it any other way that you can with some travel mats. It's just this style. But yes, if you don't mind that, you don't want to put it in a suitcase and you want to just roll it like this, then definitely recommend this. It's the best grip and the best for lying it flat. It's not going to roll up or get squashed under your feet. So yes, definitely recommend the Liforme one. Next I've got the PharamondLife mat. So I wanted to invest in another rubber type material for actually taking to the studio. As much as my yoga one was great, like I said before, it's just too heavy to be carrying around, so I thought if I leave that one at home and then I get a slightly thinner one that's lighter and I can take to the studio. Just googled best yoga mats and this PharamondLife one came up. I've actually done a full review on this mat before. So this one, I love the colour. It's like a nice tealy turquoise colour. It's nice and bright and it is really good grip as well. I've cleaned this a lot of times now and the grip's still really good. I've also got, it comes with a strap. This comes with a carry strap. You can just put on it and take it to the studio or take it outside, just carry it around with you. It's not too heavy, just like putting a backpack on, and yeah, I carry this with me, absolutely love it. And that is the PharamondLife mat. So that is 4.4 mils thick, it weighs 2.5 kilograms, the width is 68 centimeters and the length is 183 centimeters. So cons to this, I wouldn't really say there's any cons. I mean, it stains a little bit, but all the rubber ones do. So after a few uses, if you're putting your forehead on the mat, if you've got moisturiser on, or if you get any water on it or whatever, it can stain a little bit. Like I remember when I was ill once, my nostrils were all blocked, I was using the Myga yoga mat and I put some essential oils onto it, like drops of it, so when I was in child's pose I could just inhale it and it helped my cold. But I've never been able to get them stains fully off, so this type of rubber, it can stain, so just be aware of that. But if you don't mind that and you like the grip of it, then I would definitely still invest in a rubber type of mat. Okay, next I'm going to talk about this one. So I bought this off Amazon. I think actually this was before the Liforme. This is my first ever travel mat. I moved around a lot with work and I liked to do yoga when I could, so I got this mat off Amazon. You can see how flimsy it is. It's like a towel, and it comes with a little bag, and I think it came with a strap as well. It is good, you know, it was cheap. This one was about £25.99. It only weighs 1.29 kilos. It's about 1 mil thick. The width is 66 centimeters and the length is 180. So, you know, it is very lightweight and it is good. You can fold it in half or you can roll it up like a normal mat. But to be honest, because this one is so thin, I prefer to fold it in half and then put it in its little bag if needs be, or just put it in a suitcase or a hold all, or even a backpack. It's small enough and I can just put it on top of a carpet. It will move around, but it's not the end of the world, especially if you don't have a lot of space depending where you're travelling. You can just pop it down and do some movement. The grip's not the best. It says it's supposed to be super grip. It's like a suede type of material, so I reckon if you're doing a hot yoga type session then probably get better grip. But yeah, I do find a slide around in this one a little bit. So pros to this: very lightweight, you can shove it in a backpack, you know, fold it in itself so many times, you can take it anywhere, and yeah, you don't have that problem of thinking about putting something in your suitcase that's heavy. So it is very lightweight. Cons, not the best grip. that is probably the biggest con. If it had a better grip, then I wouldn't have looked to get a different type. So, but for starting off one, it's not too bad. Again, it's all down to how much yoga you do. So I guess I would recommend it if you do a lot of hot yoga, but if you're just doing standard practice, I probably would get something that's not that suede material, because it's just not that good. Although you can do this out in the sun if you're out doing a class and it's really hot and you've got this mat, then I reckon you'd be okay. So yeah, that would be another con. Sorry, another pro for this one. Be good in the sun. Okay, so next one is my Manduka. What's it called? Manduka Eco SuperLite Travel Mat. I love this mat. I've heard so many good reviews about Manduka, because that last travel mat I spoke about, didn't think the grip was that good, so I wanted to get something better, and I've heard a lot about Manduka, so I looked into their travel mats. The reviews I did see with this is it is very thin, like my other one, but I was needing it for that same reason. It's going to be going in a backpack. I needed something small. I didn't want anything too big, and then I could just pop it on the floor or on the grass and just do a practice. As long as it had the grip, that's what mattered, and this one definitely does. So the material is different compared to any other type of mat that I own. It's still a rubber, but I can't quite explain the material. I mean, you can probably hear it. It's a good grip. It's very, very good grip. When you first get a Manduka mat, they do stink like rubber. It's a really strong smell, but after a few times using it, it does fade away. So this one was £50 to buy this one, and it's about 1.5mm thick. It weighs just under a kilo, so 0.9 kilograms. Its width is about 61 centimetres and the length is 180 centimetres. So this is a really good mat. I absolutely love it. I think if I have to get a new mat to keep at home, I would definitely invest in a Manduka thicker mat to keep at home, because I really do like this material. As much as I love the other type of rubber, I think this one's just better grip and easier to clean, whereas the other type of rubber, it does stain quite easily. I guess this stains as well, like the bottom of it, it's got grass, dirt stains underneath, and I've tried wiping it, but it's not fully came off. So yeah, I think with mats it doesn't matter what you do, they're going to get dirty. That's just part of practicing yoga, it happens. So yes, this is my Manduka Eco SuperLite Travel Mat, and this is the Elderberry Dip colour. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got 3 shades, so cream, lilac and pink, and I absolutely love this mat. It's my absolute favourite travel mat compared to this one, and even the Liforme. I love the Liforme, it's a bit thicker, but this one is my favourite. Okay, and then lastly I've got this acupuncture mat. So this is from Aldi of all places. I've heard about acupuncture mats, and with it being Aldi, I knew it wasn't going to be anything fancy, but I thought I'll give it a go anyway. So this mat is good for if you've got any pressure points in the body, or maybe you're getting aches and pains and you want to just lie onto them. It's a bit like foam rolling, I would say, but using a mat. So with this you can lie out flat, and you can maybe come into headstand or shoulder stand or plough pose and just get that pressure into the back of the neck. It's really nice. It's like plastic, spiky cones on it. So yeah, it does dig into the back of your neck a little bit, and it can be a little bit tender. So yeah, but it feels nice afterwards. I've used it a few times if I've been doing a lot of exercise and maybe my shoulders are aching and I just want to maybe lie on them a little bit. So use this mat. Comes with a pillow and the mat itself. So the pillow is nice and arched. You can just lie onto that, and then the mat isn't very long. It's quite short, but it's just enough that you can lie on your back. You can do all sorts of yoga poses on it, really. Just anywhere you want to focus on stretching out and leaning into any pressure points within the body, I would recommend this. So yeah, I have used it a good few times and it's not too bad. So that is the acupuncture mat from Aldi. I think this one's from Cranefitness. So this was £15, about that much, from Aldi. The it's 2 centimetres thick for the mat and about 10 centimetres thick for the pillow. The width of the mat is 42 centimetres and the length is 74. And the pillow, the width is 15 centimetres and the length is 37 centimetres. So it's not a very big piece of kit, but it's quite thick and it's nice just to lie on. So now I've spoken about all the different mats that I own, I'm just going to finish with the top 3 mats that I would recommend. So solely for keeping it at home and not having to move around with it, I would say this one, the Myga Yoga Mat from Birmingham. It is just really good and thick and you can just leave it at home, and it's good for your knees as well. You don't have to worry about putting padding underneath your knees, and if you've got the space at home to leave it lying down, then I would definitely recommend doing that. So yeah, this is my favourite one to have at home. Also, if you don't want to have one at home and one to take to studios with you, definitely get one like the PharamondLife. So this one's only 2 millimetres thinner than the Myga Yoga one. So this is definitely my favourite studio one. I even have this in my bedroom sometimes. I just roll it away or leave it out and it doesn't get in the way really. It's nice thickness. It can move around a little bit under your feet if you're on carpet, but again, like I said, if you're on laminate flooring or anything like that, it's fine. And then my favourite travel mat has got to be the Manduka. Based on the material and the lightweight and the easy transport, that's why it would be my favourite. But if I needed a travel mat that had to be a little bit thicker, I would definitely say the Liforme, because this is a really good material as well. But it is just a little bit heavier. If you've got a big suitcase, yeah, you can put it in it, but then obviously it's going to take up weight. So, but if you're just travelling to the beach or whatever to do a yoga class, it's that little bit thicker. So it's going to be nicer on your knees rather than the Manduka. But yes, all my mats, I'm going to just line them all up, which are my favourite. Top 3 I would say is these 3. The PharamondLife, the Manduka and the Liforme. These are my absolute 3 favourite mats that I couldn't live without. So yes, I hope this video has been helpful. If you need to know any more information, do get in touch in the comments below or get in touch with me on social media. Alright, thank you. See you later.